That's all right.
Or is that what you tell yourself to get up in the morning?
It is.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host.
Trying to hang on.
James. I call him James. Everyone else just calls him Jimmy. It just works like that.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened this week, James.
I've got a list of things that happened this week, JD.
I'm sure you do. You put it all in the other Discord that you made. Which at first I thought it was like for your Twitch stream, like people.
It is.
Yeah, and then like nobody's in it.
Well, nobody's in it because also like I've talked about it. I'm a bit sketched out by like my followers, so I'm like, I'm not sure if I do want to make
hopefully your followers don't watch you on the podcast also because they'll realize that you bad talk them. You talk bad about them.
They definitely don't, but like one of them told me that he's in too many Discords, and I didn't know that you could be in too many Discords.
What do you mean by too many? Like there's a limit to how many you can join? There's a limit.
I think it's like 100 or something.
I see.
And he told me that. I'm like, that's insane.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just press join on everything, and then I guess you just never not join in stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I turned off notifications for your Discord channel, and then I set it all the way at the bottom of the list.
I assumed as much because I put my skit ID, and I'm like, he's never gonna see this. Did you even look at it?
No, I didn't. No idea.
It's basically all stemming from I wanted to do a Marriage Story joke because we kept talking about the scene where Adam Driver just goes, "Every day I wake up and he punches a wall."
Every day I wake up. No, it's like right after I put in that gif of the what is his name? The dude, the CEO WWE, Vince something.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, that guy. Of him like walking out. I literally right after that set it on mute, and then I moved it to the bottom of my list, and I was like, this is just for James, James and his audience that he is weirded out by because he doesn't understand that there are different cultures and America isn't the only one or the best one.
I know there's different cultures. It's just sometimes they say stuff that like it kind of sketches me up, but then they also like get really hostile with me sometimes, and so I'm just like, I don't.
Well, it's because you're offending them, James. They don't get
them how
they don't get that. They don't get that your bit of you pretending to be an asshole is just a bit and not who you actually are.
I don't do that to them. Except I don't do this with them. I talk normally to them, and then I just don't talk sometimes, and they get upset that I don't talk and like get mad at me, and I just don't know what to do. That's the whole thing, man.
Why stream if you don't talk?
I do talk. Sorry if sometimes I go quiet because there's nothing to talk about, so I just start. So
dude, you have to just constantly talk about something, man. You're boring your audience, dude. You're boring.
Oh no, my audience.
That's that's the biggest crime right after cringe.
I guess.
Anyway, do you want to start with something you want to talk about, or do you want me to go?
Yeah, so there's the classic thing we always talk about, TikTok live streams.
Yeah, what's next? What's in the next episode of this saga?
The last time I believe we talked about it, because I only touched on it briefly at the end of the last episode, but last time we had a real talk, we talked about the Chinese like the Chinese workers, like factory workers,
Chinese
TikTok
sweatshop workers, where they're testing out these USB lights by plugging them into this like a bunch of USB ports to see if they light up.
It's like a outlet strip, but for USBs only, and there's like 9 or there's like 10, I think, rows or 10 slots in it. So they like they put a bunch in and they pull them out to see if they work and stuff. And
there's only 3 dudes on the in the video.
There's 5 technically. There's the 2 dudes that are in the camera. There's the 1 dude in the background, like kind of obscured. There's the Overwatcher guy, and then there's sometimes a guy that appears from under the table to hand them something.
And
it's an interesting saga because these guys have wigs on and they're constantly flipping the hair and like doing faces for the camera and stuff.
Yeah, and then they're entertainers, dude. They're on a live stream. They know they're being recorded, and they instead of just obviously they can't talk because they can't speak English. But
yeah, that's the only reason they can't talk.
So they got to do something to entertain their audience, instead of just going quiet because there's nothing to talk about.
And so what they do is they plug all this stuff in, do some faces, and plug the stuff out and put it on a conveyor belt. The problem is they put a lot of defective ones on the conveyor belt, and it all goes to the person at the end. The person puts it all in a bucket. The bucket gets passed under the table. The guy under the table hands it back to them, and they start over again.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if the lights are working or not because it
Because
just
it's
gets
fake.
recycled.
Because
Yeah.
it's fake. But interestingly, there's a new development. There is a all-female version of this exact same live
What's
stream.
funny is that the male version of it, they're all wearing like the classic blue
Uh-huh.
sweatshop outfit work,
Yeah.
but the all female one has a pink version of that. They all wear pink.
And it's even stranger, the all-female one does a better job at like doing
I
the
was almost
USB
inclined
thing.
to think that it's the same dudes, but just with AI filters over them to
It's
make them
not.
look like they're
These
girls.
these are whole new people. I watched it for a bit and I'm like, I've memorized what the guys look like.
I've
That
memorized
person
the
in the
shape of
middle
their
is not what
hands.
that guy looked like. Enhance.
Enhance. That's not what their
But
hands look like.
I can tell those hands from anywhere. No, but they're really they're like actually looking for the defective ones, and you see a part where like they plug them all in. Once defective, they grab it. They grab the bunch, pull them out, and she pauses. Then she picks up the one that's defective, puts it to the side, and then puts the rest on the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And then like at one point when I was watching, she like jiggles it to make sure, and it like turns on. She like nods her head, takes it all out, puts it on the conveyor belt. And I'm like, it's still fake, but she's a better worker.
I mean, I saw like the first 10 seconds of it pretty much because I was like, the rest of it is probably just like this. And am I wrong?
Yeah, that's pretty much it's the same exact thing, just women, but I didn't see any
Yeah.
bits being done this time. But I
Yeah.
also
I
didn't
mean, I
watch it
saw the
for
first
long.
10 seconds. I'm like, yeah, they're just doing their job in quotations. And then I was like,
Yeah,
this isn't as interesting because they're not making faces or flipping their hair with fake wigs or anything. They're just plugging stuff in and
the
taking it out.
boss isn't walking in, they're doing a bunch
Nope.
of look at
There's
me,
no
look at
like
you, look
extra
at me, look at
lore. No background characters, no side plots.
there's background characters.
No, I meant
They're
like
just not
background
doing
characters
anything.
other than the three main. There's three main characters. There's the two in the front and the one behind like the wall in the back that's also doing the same thing.
I love that they're like, well, you're gonna be able to see the hand come out to grab it off the conveyor belt. So we have to show that there's a person there, but we can't show what they're doing necessarily. But they're just repackaging it and passing it back under the table.
Yeah, so I
It's
mean, I don't know. This is
it's
what you
so
like
fucking funny.
to look at in your free time, but I don't judge
I
people.
don't.
Sometimes
I
you just want to be an NPC. Don't want to use your brain. Turn your brain off, man. Just enjoy
I
it.
I think if anything, this is the kind of NPC stream I can enjoy because it's like so actually like in capturing, and it's not just a person going, yes, 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 yes. No, no,
To
licking
me,
like
to me,
making lick
this one just seems
noises.
boring, and
This
the
one
other
seems
one is
interesting
cringe.
because there's a production to it. I
Well, it,
appreciate
it
the
doesn't seem interesting
production
to
of
me
it.
because there's nothing going on. You know exactly what's going to happen. You know what the next
No,
30 minutes is going to be
no,
like
because
when
when the boss walks
yes.
up, JD, when the boss walks up and stands in
Was
between
there a
them,
boss that
I
walked up
don't,
in that
I,
female one? Was there a
I
boss
don't
that
know, I
walked
didn't
up?
watch it. I recorded this because I was
I guess
happy
it
that I
wasn't
didn't.
interesting enough for you to keep watching it then, huh?
Oh no, because I don't usually watch them anyways. No, but this one it was I didn't watch it for very long because last time it
Because you don't like
had the
women.
black.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do actually have a topic about women. Funny enough, I wrote down.
Okay, let's switch over to that as we're on the.
Do you want to switch that right now? Well, I guess there's
I
nothing else
know
to
that
talk about in those
I have
streams. That's
nothing else to
literally
talk
what they
about
do,
from
and that's
this.
it.
I have one other TikTok stream, but we can get to that after this one since this is a nice segue, anyways.
Sure. Yeah. So you know that guy who debated Aiden Ross, Destiny?
Yeah.
So apparently I was watching an Omni video, and he's usually where
Uh-huh.
I get my random pop culture news from when talking about like
You're
streamers
not
or
a
YouTube
Hobby
stuff.
head.
No, I don't think I've watched any of his videos. I don't know what he does really. But
Sits
anyway,
in a room and talks.
he had a segment on his news thing about Destiny and like a tweet, like an X that he put out.
Does
And
he?
and it was about women wearing gym clothes at the gym.
Oh
and how
boy, I
and
wonder what
how
Destiny's gonna say.
and he said that I think he said something along the lines of uh don't wear provocative clothes and then get angry at people for staring at you. And then he said that, after that, he's totally fine with you wearing that clothes. But if you do wear it, then you have to expect to be stared at, I guess.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's on
And I
it's
think
on the
that was the
women.
gist of the post. And, as you know, it took my attention
Okay.
because, James, and I'm a big gym head. I like going to the gym,
You're a
working
big
out.
desk head.
Yeah. I mean, you can take a look at my model, and obviously it's in a one-to-one recreation with my actual body, but
One of these days, we're gonna get you that muscle suit.
it would be a really funny skit idea if we could find a muscle suit that I can slip into that makes me look smaller than I actually am.
Uh, I bet you we could find. Maybe we can't because I feel like all the muscle suits like give you like a muscular look,
Yeah, we
even
need to find like one that's like
might not make you
deflated or
bigger.
something.
Well, I was gonna say like we find like something like one of those muscle suit T-shirt things where it's like the rubber sort of T-shirt that you put over
Oh
yourself.
yeah, and we get like one size larger than my frame, so it looks like it
Well, I was
sags.
gonna say like we get one, but we try to find one that doesn't have like the ab sort of like definition. It's like kind of like sunken in on the ribs and stuff. It makes you look like like sickly almost.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm
Like
a gym guy,
yeah,
and
yeah, we
when I
know.
when I and I go to the gym at my local college, right? And well, he's not wrong. You know, there are
Yeah, JD.
a decent amount of women who go in there but they're basically naked, and I'm totally cool with it. Like, if you want to wear that kind of clothes, that's
You're
fine.
just out here in
I
your
don't mind.
speedo lifting those weights too, man. You're over here like go ahead, you go, girl.
Yeah, and I know that not every single woman who dress like that, is like looking for someone to be staring at them and then start like making fun of them, trying to publicly humiliate them on camera.
Hmm.
Actually, I don't think I've ever personally seen that happen, but I've seen videos of that happening here and there.
Yeah,
And I just want to say I'm totally cool with it.
hmm
If you want to
You're
wear it,
totally cool with Destiny harassing these women.
well, he's not harassing them. He put a tweet out about a general idea of a stereotype of this kind of gym woman type thing, and he
I
didn't
think
like
I
single
think I
out
heard a
anyone.
similar message from a man with a very like mind to Destiny, by the name
Yeah.
of Jonathan Tron.
Yeah,
He
yeah, what
he
did he
put out
say?
he put out a message about stereotypes as well.
Yes, but it's not about like race or something that you can't control.
You know what's so
Because
insane is
these
that
women
despite
can
him,
control what they wear at the gym. You see, James, there's a difference.
yeah, but they should have to like be like gotta cover up.
No,
Like
he
you
didn't say
should.
that. He was specifically talking about women who purposely dress like that and then try to like farm out views about getting angry at people who
Well,
stare at
yeah,
them who do that.
when you do that just to get the
Yeah,
attention, so you can
that's
make a thing
I
of
think
like,
that's what the post was about, really. But of course, people are like you, James. They don't read the full thing. And they're like, oh,
well, I'm also
you want
going
to
off my.
control how women dress?
Well, it's not just that. It's also like I'm aware of who Destiny is, so I'm
I'm
going
not
off
aware of who
like
he is.
this guy's a piece of shit. So I'm like,
I have no
yeah, I
idea.
can. He likes to present as a leftist, but he has a lot of like right sort of fucking ideology as well.
So he's a
He
centrist, James.
yeah, he's like you. He's a dirty
Yeah.
centrist.
Yeah, he's like me. Presents as left, but actually right. Of course I'm right, James. I'm always correct.
Okay,
Anyway,
yeah,
though. Anyway,
of course
that
I'm
reminded me of
white.
this like this encounter with that kind of woman at the gym just like actually just yesterday. Yeah. So I was at the
Uh,
gym and it was a leg day for me. So I was doing squats and I went over to do like hamstring like leg curls. And while I was at the machine that works your calves,
mhm.
I noticed like I glanced around me to see if anyone was taking the calf machine or like already taken because sometimes it's like taken and they just don't leave their water bottle there for some reason. So I glance around and I see this girl at like the machine that I was just at, the leg curl machine,
Mhm.
and she was wearing that kind of like provocative clothing. But I've also seen her like a few times before too, because I regularly go to the gym, and I noticed that this girl also regularly goes to the gym, and she's wearing this outfit where it's like these I don't know how to describe them really. It's like yoga pants, but like cut off at like just below the knees. So it's like not like full leggings. It's just like yoga pants, shorts. I don't know how to. I don't know if you do. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you've seen people
No,
wear them. Anyway, though, just think
I
of
think you're
yoga
going
pants.
crazy.
Just think of yoga pants, but they're cut off at the right below the knees. And then she's wearing like this sports bra that barely covers, or it's like a crop top, but it doesn't cover like the upper chest area, and the entire back is just tied together with a string, pretty much. And I was like, oh, she's wearing that kind of clothes. Cool. So then I go back to my workout, and I kind of just ignore everything. I usually just ignore everything when I'm doing my workout.
You
And
don't you
then
don't pull
after like a
my
couple
coworker
sets,
Blake and pull a
after a
creeper.
couple sets of my calf workout, I get up, I start moving around, stretching around because the calves, like when you hit calves, it burns. Calf workouts burn.
Hmm.
So I'm like getting up, I'm moving around, and then I noticed that she walks like right in front of me, and I noticed something different with her, James. Her outfit's different from when she started working out at that machine. And I was like, wait a minute, what? So I take a closer look at it, and guess what, James?
Mm.
Her top that she was wearing is off. She took it off.
What, like she's
So now, instead of wearing that crop top that had like that I already thought was like pretty revealing, because like when in Destiny's 2 where he's like, yeah, these gym girls are wearing clothes like digging into their ass cracks, and you see like literally everything, you see like their fucking buttholes, and I'm like, dude, this guy's kind of exaggerating a bit. And then I remembered in my recent gym ventures, I'm like, oh, he's not exaggerating. Like this is actually he's
are
actually
you
right.
Destiny? Are you just Destiny?
No, because I'm totally cool with it. I don't mind. I don't mind. It doesn't hurt me.
No, I'm cool with it.
No, I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm
I
chilling.
feel like,
I'm just doing my
I feel like,
calf workout.
Jenny, are you Destiny? No, I have black friends.
No, I got gay friends. I can't be homophobic. And yeah, maybe I go out and I like protest against gay people, but like, dude, I got gay friends. So anyway, so yeah, she walks by me and she's basically just wearing a bra now. Like, it's like it's like just covering like the chest area, and then like the strings that were covering her back were now like we're just like reduced to just one string. And I'm like, huh, that's a very interesting gym outfit to wear. And I look around because I'm like, am I the only one who's seeing this? Like, there's no way this is real. And I look around and guess what? I see like three other dudes who immediately like turn and stare at her as she like walks by to go get some weights to do at her. I think she was at the back extension
I thought you were
machine
about to
now.
say to do Adderall.
No. What?
You
At the
said to do
gym?
ad and then you stopped and I'm like, Adderall?
No. She was at the back extension machine. Yeah, and then I look back at the machine. I'm like, if where does she put her outfit? If all of a sudden she's like shedded a layer of clothing, and I look over and then I see her just crop top, just laying on the ground, like right in front of the back extension machine, and I'm like, wow, that's. And I don't really have. I'm a shy person, kind of.
Uh-huh.
I don't like being seen
Classic
too
shy
much in
person,
public,
JD.
but I'm also not like horribly irrationally fearful of public attention, because I just assume that most people don't really care. And so, I just do my thing. But I'd rather not be like shirtless in front of everyone. So I'm like, damn, you go, girl. Then I get back on my cab machine and just continue my workout. And I don't know, that Destiny tweet just reminded me of that incident, which happens more often than you think. Yeah. And I do know that like dudes kind of do the same thing. Yeah, at gyms. I don't know if you noticed this to anyone in
Yeah,
the
I
audience.
notice this every time I
Anyone
go
in
to
the
the gym,
audience.
and guys are staring at me constantly, just
There
ogling.
are
They're like,
dudes who go to the gym.
"Awooga," eyes fall out of head, jaw
There are
hits
dudes
table, tongue rolls out into a red carpet.
bites lip. So dudes at the gym, they'll wear like these tank tops. They're like, I don't know how to describe them either. They're like really thin tank tops. They don't like widen out at the chest area. They kind of like shorten in so that you can like see like a bunch of their sides leak out of this
Yeah.
like tank top. And they'll wear that into the gym, even though I think there's a I think there's a like a what they call like a clothing rules at the gym. Dress
Dress
code. There's
code.
a dress code at the gym. Yeah. So there's a dress code at the gym. Obviously, you're not supposed to like walk in like naked or something, right? But
You
generally,
can't.
if you're wearing some kind of
I've been doing
clothes,
it wrong this whole time.
the dress code is formally dudes have to wear t-shirts at the very minimum and shorts at the very minimum,
They
and
can't wear
women have
tank
to
tops.
wear and women can wear tank tops at the very minimum and shorts at the very minimum. And obviously, not there are some people who don't follow the dress code.
That also just seemed very obscure, if you ask me. That's very
Well, there's a picture
general,
of
and I
it.
feel like no,
Yeah.
I know, but I feel like that's so general that it like, well,
Yeah, I
like
mean it's
what
meant
do
to be
you
general.
want
Like you,
my clothes to
they don't
buy
want
is
you
like
to be like,
short?
they don't want you to be like super strict about your clothing when you go to the gym. Like you're worried about what you're gonna wear. And generally, they don't even really enforce like the dress code. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get kicked out of the gym for not following the dress code.
Let's
So
just do this.
yeah,
Everybody that goes to the gym has to wear those trash bag sweatsuits.
no,
You
I
know what
mean
I'm
there are
talking
some
about,
people.
right?
I mean you can wear that if you want to.
No,
That's fine.
everybody has to wear them. That's the only way you can. It's like a club.
Well, I mean I'd rather not be authoritarian, James. I know you want
That's
it.
too
I
bad.
know you want it to be
Everybody's
kind of
got to
like
wear
that,
their
but
trash bags if they want to
I know
work out.
everyone. I know you want everyone to follow your white man rules, but
Is that how you're twisting it?
yeah, that's how I'm gonna twist it from now on.
That's too bad, JD. You're the white man.
Yeah, so yeah, dudes will wear kind of clothes like that too, but generally, I don't think I've ever seen a dude wear like that kind of clothes. And then if someone comes up to me like, damn, dude, you got some sick muscles. Like, what's your workout? What's your diet? Like,
Damn, dude.
and then they'll turn
Awooga.
around, they'll be like, why the fuck you stare at me, bro? Why are you being such a creep? Stop doing that, man. The fuck's wrong with you? Gay?
Damn, bro.
You gay?
Check it.
You little
And you
gay
go,
man?
yes.
So I've never seen that
And you two
happen.
hold hands and you go off on a nice adventure.
I've never seen that happen or any videos about happening.
Just ignoring it.
So there you go. So, obviously they wear it because they want to get attention, and, they flex in the mirror. They look how big my muscles are and stuff.
Hmm.
And you know what? They're totally free to do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to say, women, if you want to wear like basically nothing at the gym, I'm cool. I'm cool for it. Just be careful of the dress code. I don't think the gym, like, don't make the gym staff have to come over and be like, "Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to put on a shirt."
Damn, no, you can't wear pasties.
Yeah. Also, that girl that I was talking about, I'm pretty sure she knew what she was doing, and I don't think she minds all the other dudes who were staring at her. So, whatever, I guess. I think the whole point is that Destiny, I think he gets a little excited seeing these girls at the gym. So, so maybe he just needs to cool off.
Destiny walks up to them and he's like, ladies.
Yeah, there's like one part, and he wrote like a couple paragraphs. He wrote a couple paragraphs
no.
on X, like talking about this. And I think in one paragraph he's like, yeah, I don't want to be walking around the gym with a big boner. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever.
Sure, Destiny.
I don't think I've ever popped a boner at the gym, like from staring at like women, because I really don't like being in public when it comes to intimate stuff. So like I'm like flaccid as pancake when I'm at the gym. So man, he's got to have some balls to be like walking around like hard on at the gym. Can you imagine Destiny walking around at the gym and he's like trying to squat and you just see him pitching a 10 at the squat rack? That's funny.
He's spotting somebody.
He's like spotting somebody who's doing the bench, and he's got his crotch in their face. That's so funny.
The fucking lights above him keep getting blotted out.
Yeah. Hey, and if you weren't thinking of going to the gym before, let me tell you, man, if you go to the gym, you'll be able to see some hot women, and maybe that'll motivate you to work out. Get some exercise in.
You talking to me?
You technically don't have to. Well, no, I'm not talking to you. I mean, we're running a podcast, James. There's
Okay,
people who watch
I
it.
can tell if you're
I'm going to
saying this
assume
to me.
that most of our audience is male. So, yeah,
I'm
my
sure
bad
we
if
got,
it
like,
isn't, by the way.
2%.
No,
male.
I mean, we have like 20 viewers. That's like 100% male.
It's 2% male.
You think women will click on a podcast that's labeled crapshoot?
Hosted by two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works for Joe Rogan.
I wonder what
All the
percentage
women
of
love
Joe
Joe Rogan.
Rogan's
He's not a turnoff at all. It's like,
really. I
he
wonder
is.
what actual percentage of Joe Rogan's podcast is female.
I can tell you this: women have been outward about the fact that if they see you mention Joe Rogan in like a dating profile type thing,
Yeah,
they will click off so fast.
they don't
Like
like
whatever
Joe.
it
They
is.
don't like Joe Rogan.
No, it's like
Damn,
just it's the whole like this is like the definition of a toxic man that you don't want to like be anywhere near is if they
I thought
mention
Joe
Joe
Rogan was kind of
Rogan.
funny. Every time he
He's
like,
funny to laugh at, but if
yeah.
you like actually like his stuff, then it's like you do have a problem.
What do you mean? I kind of want to be like Joe Rogan, where we're talking about something, and then all of a
You want
sudden
to get
I'll
on
bring up
Jordan
like
Peterson's
monkeys or
side and go,
something
"Fuck girls,"
about how like violent chimps are, and they'll like bite off your fingers or something. Hey
and
Jamie,
then
pull
every
up a picture of the chimp biting off the face of that woman again.
Jamie, actually, can you tell me what rules?
Did you know that?
Welcome, moralist.
I don't like people getting angry at me on the internet for not having enough melanin in my skin.
Or, I just think, what rules?
Yeah, so that's just what I wanted to mention. I like the gym. It's a cool place. They're actually full of nice people there. And
I,
actually, I told you about this where like most of my interactions happen at the gym, where
Mhm.
I'm thinking like people just don't care and they'll ignore me and stuff. But it's actually the opposite of that, where people just approach me and talk to me about like certain things,
Cool,
mostly like
cool.
new
I'll let you
beginners.
look out.
They'll walk up to me and they'll be like, hey, I haven't been to the gym in a while, and I
Hello,
forgot how
fellow
to
beginner.
deadlift. So can you show me some tips about how to deadlift? And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Keep your core tight and do this and that. So yeah, I do have conversation with people at the gym more often than I thought I would. Anyway,
That's beautiful, man. I'm
yeah,
happy
it's a
for you.
wholesome place. Just try it out. Of course, not everybody's wholesome. You might run into one or two assholes in there.
I might run into my coworker Blake sitting at a squat bench, staring into the
Yeah.
mirror.
Also, if you are a beginner, I wouldn't be intimidated by all like the huge dudes. And they're like gigantic muscle dudes in there.
Personally, I
Just
would be
walk in there
though.
with the mindset that nobody really cares what you're doing, and you can just do whatever. As long as you're not bothering anyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, so no problem. Anyway, so you're back to your thing.
So I've sent you another thing about TikTok Live, the second video. You don't have to
Uh,
watch it with audio, but there's a guy in the top right corner. So the column on the right are all the guests, and the big guy is the host. And it was a
mm,
debate live stream that I saw because one of the people in it is a voice actor I follow, and I'm like, oh, he's doing a live. I clicked on it. It was a debate live stream. I'm like, it's okay. I like the points they're making, so I was gonna click off, and then all of a sudden, this guy got invited on named Big Steve.
Big
Big Steve
Steve.
here, Big
Yeah,
Steve here, he's muted. He muted himself, and he's not talking at all the entire time. This is a
yeah.
minute long clip.
Oh yeah, I see Big Steve. He's the only one with his webcam on except for the main dude.
Yeah, and what is Big Steve doing?
He's he's eating something? Is that
He's
what that is?
eating mayo
Oh, he's
right
eating
out of the
mayonnaise right
jar
out of the jar.
with a spoon.
What the heck?
And JD, I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't notice. I knew Big Steve was on there. I wasn't looking at his webcam because I was listening to the conversation. And at some
Yeah.
point, I just looked up into the top right corner. I realized his webcam had been on the whole time, and he's been eating mayo for like 3 minutes before I started
Yeah, and
recording.
there's comments that are like he's literally
Yeah,
eating mayonnaise in front of Liv.
$50 for Steve to eat mayo.
Yeah, I
And
mean Big Steve is basically the he's the whole outcome of a debate. Just a dude sitting there eating mayo.
he's got like a huge beard and long hair.
Yeah,
He
he does.
looks like Rob Zombie.
He
Like
looks
for
a
people
little
who know
unkempt, and
it,
he's got that mayo.
it's almost a minute long clip I took. I continued watching just so I could see how long he'd go. I then like clicked up the live stream to go do something for like a couple of minutes, came back, he was gone, and I
Oh,
was devastated.
damn! You missed the moment where he exited.
He was executed.
You could you I think you might have missed the moment where the main guy was just like, Steve, what the hell are you doing? Get out of here! And then he kicks him from the Discord.
When I came back, they were laughing, so I think they were like, Steve, we gotta let you go. We're sorry.
Steve, I'm sorry.
All
Oh wait,
right.
is that TikTok? Do TikTok live streams can they advertise like the product that's shown in the live stream?
Yeah, I fucking hate it sometimes because I'll be just
Oh,
scrolling and it'll be like
I
a
see.
fucking
That's why
infomercial
they have
live
that
stream.
live stream with the women putting in the USB sticks, the Chinese
But there
sweatshop
is
workers.
no, but the thing is, it shows you like a big link. Theirs
Hmm.
doesn't have one.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
because
why
that
I'm
video
like,
that you sent me, there's an ad at the bottom for that. I'm guessing the same thing that they're selling. And
is
man, it's
there?
really cheap. It's 46
Oh shit,
cents.
wait, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, what are you? Yeah,
Okay,
what are
that
you
wasn't on
talking
the
about,
other
James?
live stream though.
You're the one who sent me this video. This
Also,
is
wait,
you
that.
took this video.
Oh, okay. So sometimes when I took this video right when I joined the live stream, and sometimes when you join the live stream, it sends you like a big link. I thought that
Hmm.
was the link for the channel because usually when you
Oh,
join the live stream, it gives you a giant link for the channel, and so I just clicked off it while trying to record. Didn't
I
even
see.
realize.
Yeah, their channel is one piece portable adjustable mini USB light, mini USB LED
You're
uh
so fast with it too.
light with flexible arm portable.
Words,
46
words,
cents.
words.
Wow, it's cheap. But
I
I
wonder
don't think
why.
I'll ever need a USB light.
So JD,
Yeah.
the Pinkertons,
What about the Pinkertons?
they might have a new target.
So what are the Pinkertons again?
The Pinkertons were originally like a militia group back in like not the old West, but like in those
Not the
sort of
Wild
days.
West.
They were very infamous for their involvement in the Red Dead Redemption 2 game for being the antagonists.
That's where I first learned about them. Yeah.
And in modern day, they're just kind of like a private security-ish kind of group of guys.
Hmm.
A private militia group still. And Hasbro has enlisted their help before to recover a mispackaged item that was released early,
Uh-huh.
for like a Pokemon card or a Yu-Gi-Oh card or something.
Oh, you mean for like the what was it called? Wizards of the Coast?
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro sent out like the Pinkertons to
They
get
sent
that
out what was it? That one card game,
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the
That's what it was.
Gathering. Yeah.
Hmm. And
That
to
happened a
take it
while
back,
ago, didn't it? Or
it
did it
happened a
happen
while
again?
ago.
Okay.
No, it hasn't happened again, but there might be a new target
Hmm.
because a Transformer YouTuber who
Ooh.
I discovered when I got back into Transformers, I was looking around like, hey, what are the good ones? Like what are good
Hey,
ones that
what's
they
the
got?
scene looking like right now?
Yeah, that was like, what's the scene looking like? And so I was looking for Transformer YouTubers, and I found some. There's one I really like, that toy guy. He's a pretty funny guy. He's pretty chill about how he does his reviews and stuff, but he's also
I
very
can't wait
fun.
for him to come out as like a horrible person,
It most
somebody who's
likely will.
plotting to assassinate like the president or something again. And
He's not Tobuscus. Calm down. But like, I was like, there's the old YouTubers that I liked, and oh wait, who's this guy? Prime vs. Prime. He's pretty popular. And that's a toy like they just announced. That's awesome that it's already out. I assumed it was already out, so I clicked on his channel and I looked at the
what
comments and
channel?
everyone.
There is no more channel.
No, there is JD. But I clicked on the channel. I'm like, I was looking at the comments. I'm like, why is everybody upset with this guy? They're like, you fucking thief. They're like calling him a bunch of shit. I'm like, what's going on? And
You
so I looked
thief,
deeper
you
into it.
horrible person.
This guy. So there's three possibilities going on with Prime vs. Prime.
Uh,
He either works at Hasbro and takes these and is like being sent these figures early as promotion without them disclosing it
mm-hmm.
like publicly, which they would have to do if that was the
Yeah, I was
case.
about to say they legally have to do that, I think.
He works in like one of the factories and takes figures that are like I'm trying to think of what the word is, where they're like not of quality, so they can't be sold.
Oh, like a prototype or something?
Not a prototype, but like it's in the factory making the final products to be like shipped out.
Uh-huh.
But it's like it's like a non-perfect one. Like there's major problems with it or stuff.
Okay.
Because a lot of the times when he reviews figures, they have major problems that are fixed on the actual figure when it ships out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like something people noticed. Or he knows somebody who works in a factory that is taking those damaged figures and sending them to him, which is illegal and which has been a problem a lot with
Well, I mean,
Hasbro
isn't it
figures.
technically theft?
It is, and it's like, but they can't prove, like they literally can't prove anything, which is the problem. Is because like there's so many possibilities that they don't know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like either he reveals stuff early, or other people reveal stuff early. And that's the biggest problem is that like he is like this the most hated Transformer YouTuber because of it.
Really?
Because he's like ruining like the sort of like magic of like the people who made the toys like releasing it because they do these big showcases when they release them.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy like gets them out of like the factory right away and makes a whole like fucking 11-minute video. And his videos are very low effort. They're not very enthusiastic. They're kind
Makes
of
a whole
boring to
stink about
watch.
it.
I've watched some of them. They're very just, hey, what's up, guys? I got this, and it's like going like, and it's like,
Yeah,
wow,
maybe he's
I
just not
can't wait
very
for
good at
this one.
maybe he's just not very good on camera.
No, he's not. But it's like the problem is like he's still getting all this stuff early and is getting very popular because of it, but it's also getting
Hell
a lot of
yeah.
hate.
You go,
And
girl.
so
You go,
it's
man.
you go, girl. Uh, but yeah, he's just gotten very like hated because of
Yeah,
it,
I
and
think
like
people are just jealous about
I've
him getting all the
noticed.
figures early, and then the man is rising and grinding, and he's getting these figures, and they don't have them. So cry about it. Cry that you
I
don't
was
have this toy.
It's just like literally a figure just got announced and he already has like a fucking 11-minute review.
Like us, like 2 minutes after he gets announced publicly, like
It's
we're
literally
making a
like,
new figure, and his video pops up
yeah, no, it was literally
reviewing the
within a
newest
day.
figure.
JD, it was within a day the figure was announced.
Cool.
But also he is sent leaked copies of the list of what the new figures will be.
Allegedly.
So no, because he's been right every time. He
Well,
literally has like
allegedly. Sometimes maybe some people just have really good
no,
well,
JD, he
very
literally
good
has
insight.
3 months
Maybe their
ago he was
intuition is
like
just very good, and they're just usually right about things.
3 months ago he made a video where he was like, I've been sent a leaked list of the figures that are to come, and he starts naming them off, and they're literally 3 months ago, they just got announced now, and it's like lining up every single time with which ones he said. And people are like losing, they're like, shut the fuck up. They're just so done with him. They're like, just shut the fuck up, let us have something.
Yeah,
Let there
yeah.
be a
Well, it's just people who just
surprise.
don't like getting spoiled, I guess. I mean,
There
the
is
thing
that,
is
but
though,
it's
you
also
don't
like,
have to watch his videos, right?
no, you don't. But that doesn't, just because you stop watching his videos doesn't mean he's still like not popular anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like because you stopped watching, he loses attention. He's still gonna have all this attention despite being an asshole who's like committing theft
Well,
and making
James,
money
how
off
many
it for being
assholes
popular
on the
despite
internet
making
get a lot of attention that you
a
think?
lot of them because they play into the insecurities of
I
people
don't know.
and
Maybe you like a
manipulate them,
couple of them. Say, Logan Paul.
hate them.
What was the other ones? I Show Speed.
I I show no real care for him.
Yeah, very
Tried
quick-witted.
working out
Good
with him.
job on that one.
Yeah, thank you, Snecko.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so
but
you're
yeah,
jealous, huh? You wish you had that figure?
I am because I do want to buy this because it's like
I am green right now.
it's specifically a figure. So it's the Transformers Legacy line. So what they're doing is they're like making figures that are like going out through all of Transformers. So there are callbacks to G1, the original series, and
Hmm.
like the other cartoon series, but then they're doing it in a new style form where it matches up with the other figures in the line without like while keeping resemblance to their original selves.
New
So
style.
yeah. So it's the Transformers Legacy version of the Transformers animated show, which was a very superhero Teen Titans sort of looking show with the Transformers and stuff. And
Hmm.
that also is what got me back into it recently was a video about the Shattered Glass storyline that never got to be for that show. And the art director for it died recently, and he was very influential on me and stuff.
Oh man,
And
that
so this
sucks.
figure came out. I was like, "This is huge!" And then this guy gets the fucking thing, and I'm like, "You fucking piece of shit, you fucker,
You fucking piece of shit.
you mother! I'll kill you. I'll kill you dead." No,
Yeah, but I guess there's not really anything that we can do about it until the company themselves catches on. I guess they could
yeah,
probably charge him for something
they
if it's
they
actually theft.
are so upset with him. Like they like not only do the YouTubers like in their videos they'll go like, if a certain person get the figure early, and so I no longer get the views
Yeah, are
on
we
my
gonna do a
video if I want
skit
to make
based
a
off that
review
guy
about it.
too? But we're
No,
not actually having a leaked figure. We're just pretending it's a new leaked figure. And we have
I'm holding an
what
old
actress
as
like videos.
fuck Transformers
Yeah,
toy.
so what's
I'm
up,
holding a
guys?
GoBot.
I'm here with the newest released Transformer figure from G1. Funny thing about this one, they actually put a penis on it. I thought it was not a very good idea since, you know, it's kind of leaning toward a younger audience, but also it's kind of funny. Also shoots out
It's a big thing.
Cybertronian gunk. What was it called? Is the liquid energy they run off?
Energon.
Energon, right? That's right. This figure can ejaculate Energon. So I thought that was a cool
Jesus
touch.
Christ. Okay, moving on. You have any other topics?
Let me see. Uh, yes.
You just read something off my list.
I knew that you're probably going to touch on this in this episode,
Uh-huh.
but I'll talk about something else that's kind of similar too.
Mhm.
So apparently, there was a teacher strike going on, and I'm not sure how
Yeah.
like in what scale it was, but this teacher strike happened, and I think there was a board somewhere that was like, you better get back to work, otherwise we're gonna fine like the teachers guild or something. I don't know if there is a teachers union.
There
But
is, I'm pretty
okay,
sure.
yeah, I think there is, and so like the board of like the school board, overall school board was like, just gonna fine you a bunch of money if you don't get the teachers back in school. So then they had to get back in school. But the funny thing about how they were striking is that apparently they were just pretending to be sick and just going on sick leave, like a bunch of these teachers.
That's awesome.
And funny enough, while I heard this happen, guess what one of my teachers was. She
Were
was
they
sick.
sick?
She was sick for like 2 weeks. And this was near the beginning of the semester. Yeah, she was sick for 2 weeks. And she was sick during the time where I heard about this teacher strike.
She was sick.
Yes. And I was like, at first I was like, oh man, it kind of sucks, you know, being sick and stuff. I wouldn't like being sick. So I was like she would basically post videos of her lectures online instead of just being in person, you know, because she had COVID. So she caught COVID.
She had COVID, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And so I
Wink.
watched these videos, and obviously in the videos, she sounds perfectly fine. But I was like, oh, they're probably like pre-recorded from like way back.
The live streams.
They're probably AI generated. I mean, the AI's been getting pretty good at recently anyway. So,
You see a clock in the background, and it's
and
like
then
a
I heard about
literal
this teacher strike, and
date.
the pieces start fitting together. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe she isn't actually maybe she isn't actually sick.
This is
Maybe
your
she's just
Sherlock moment.
no. I'm pretty sure she was sick, but she just didn't sound too sick or anything on the lectures. But yeah, I mean, it was just a weird coincidence that there was a teacher strike where teachers were pretending to be sick, and one of my teachers was sick.
You know what's also a weird coincidence, JD?
What?
There was a writer strike,
What? When?
an actor strike. For the past 6 months, JD.
What? My God,
been a
I've been living
writer's
under a
strike.
rock.
I know you have, you fucking Patrick Star looking bitch.
We're living under a rock. Vine boom. Eyebrow raise Vine boom.
Wait, do we have a Vine Boom on our soundboard?
I don't think we do.
Oh, whoops. Hold on.
Nah, you filled it up with all these weird like
Say it again.
inside jokes. I've been living under a rock.
I'll do it again! Get him! Get him now! I knew it, you
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah,
the
writer's strike. What
It's
happened with that,
ended.
James?
It's ended.
It's over. Done.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Incredible.
Yeah, it worked.
Like almost best outcome.
Oh God! Finally, I can finally watch. I can finally get that Riverdale remake reinstated.
Not so fast now,
TV
JD.
show and the back blood back. What was the blue
Blood.
blood?
Yeah, no, I like Back Blood.
I need a new season. Blue blood. Come on.
Blue Blood, where the chief.
I need these writers to
bleeding
come
from his
back and
back.
give me
my
stuff
black
like the
blood.
Meg 2 again.
Well, hold on, JD. Before that can
Yeah.
happen, the actor strike has to end too.
Oh,
As well
so
as
the writer strike's
VFX
over, but the
artist
actor strike is still going on.
Actor strike is still going because guess what? The studios haven't even reached out to them yet.
Yeah, they're probably like, let's just scalp a bunch of people. Let's just do it.
Let's just scalp a bunch of people. What do you mean they don't want to scalp? Because they'll be blacklisted. What are we supposed to do? Pay the actors fair wages too? No, I think we'll keep
I don't
exploiting
think
them.
so.
No, I think they can work for a muffin and that's fine.
Listen, they're already rich. They don't need any more money.
I
Let's
love
just
that
get
because it's like,
some.
yeah, the top like what 10% of actors are rich people,
Yeah,
and then no one else.
exactly.
The rest of them are
Well, I
struggling to
mean,
survive.
James, men are terrible, obviously. So
Yeah, I
it's like the
mean,
same. We can apply that with through all kinds of things.
look at David Zaslav, who said,
Exactly. I
or
mean, how
Bob
many of the
Iger,
people have you
whichever
come out to
one,
me being terrible people have been dudes? All of them. But
Fortniter,
ignore Colleen Ballinger. That doesn't count. All of them.
all of them,
All of them.
all of them. No, but they finally met the demands of the writers, and even then some. You know, some of their demands were met even
They gave him
higher than
two
before.
muffins.
No, they gave them a lot of the things they wanted. It was
They
actually
gave
a
him a
really good
lot of
outcome.
muffins.
It was a really great outcome, and a lot of stuff was really met. And then it's like it's just very funny because like studios were like, this won't happen. This is unreasonable. The things you're asking for are insane. Okay, so sign here, sign here,
The
sign
things you're
here.
asking for is insane. This is highway robbery, as he says. He's signing down. He's putting his
As,
signature in the
he's
paper right
filling
now.
out a new
He's like,
contract that
"This is
gives them
this is
better.
absurd. Your body
There's
is
a
absurd."
Fuck, I wasn't expecting that.
Anytime anyone I hear the word absurd now, that's just what I think. That's the quote that I
I
remember.
mean, Adam Levine has no riz.
He's got plenty of risk.
Your body is
It's called
absurd.
money. It's called money. It's called talent.
He's got one of
Who
those.
cares if he's not the best dude in the world?
He's only got one of those two things you said, JD.
Wait, he doesn't have talent?
Not really.
Or he doesn't have money?
It's kind
People,
of mediocre.
those music studios got to give him some more muffins, man.
So, so yeah, they there's a whole document out there that tells you everything the writers asked for, what the studio said they would give, and then what the writers actually got in the end. The
Mm-hmm.
writers got what they wanted and then some. Not
Mm-hmm.
everything was exactly met to how they asked, but
Yeah,
then they got some more for what they wanted in certain stuff. It's a very good outcome for them. But a
nice.
big problem is that the actor strike is still going and the studios have not at all tried to reach out to them.
It's like the writers don't have work still because the actors aren't there.
Well, no, the writers can do their work now.
Yeah,
They
they can
can
still
do
write
it,
scripts and stuff.
but they have to do it within certain guidelines. So they can't write anything for active productions. They
Mhm.
can write, they can like do the basic write up to like getting to the production start, but they
Okay,
can't
so
write
hear
anything
me
for the
out.
final product.
Fazgoo.
Yeah,
Remnant.
Scott Coffin. So hear me out. Fear toxin.
Let me be clear.
Hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very good and everything. And two big dum dums decided I'm gonna do my live show 1 week before the strike ends.
Wait, what? Live show?
Yeah,
Who?
they're like your Jimmy Fallon types. Like it's
Oh, you
Saturday
mean like
night with
late
Jimmy
night
Fallon.
shows? I see.
Yeah, well, not those, but like they're like live shows on TV. They have like a channel or they have
Oh,
a
like,
whole
oh, I see.
time
Shows that are
slot on
getting
one of these
aired on
channels.
TV. Hmm.
Hmm. And
Who
the
still
the
even watches
two
that?
culprits are Drew Barrymore and Bill Maher.
I don't recognize who those are. I don't know who those are.
I'll send you a GIF of them. That
Okay.
you won't recognize them still.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna say like I don't know who those are, and then you said to me like, no, this is what he looks like. He's like, yeah, okay.
no, I know you won't know what Drew Barrymore looks like. She was the first person to get killed in the Scream movie series, though. She was the
I
girl at the beginning
never
of that.
watched The Scream.
That's on you, JD.
That
Anyways,
is on me.
so
That is on
here's
me.
a GIF of Drew Barrymore. Again, you will
Mhm.
not recognize her. You might recognize Bill Maher.
Maybe.
So I found a CG GIF of him. That's pretty funny. I wish I sent that.
Oh, so that's Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, that's Drew Barrymore.
I do not recognize
Uh,
her at all.
yeah. Like I said, you probably won't recognize her. Here's Bill Maher. This is him in the Jimmy Fallon show as a guest, but it's not his own show.
I think I kind of recognize him. I might have
He
seen him
usually
once here or
talks
there in
like
like.
this, and is just a big dickhead who says stuff and then smiles at a camera for a couple seconds too long.
I think I've seen him once or twice in like a meme somewhere.
Yeah, he's pretty funny to meme on. So basically, they did their live shows recently,
Hmm.
uh, despite them not being allowed to.
Yeah.
A
Wait, so
big
they're
thing
not
is that,
allowed to do the live shows?
well, they're not supposed to because they don't have writers on and stuff, so they can't have
Right.
anything pre-written. It has to just be
Hmm.
off the cuff stuff.
Hmm.
Because of that. Like they literally can't have anything pulled up to like read off of, like no prompt or stuff or anything. They just got to go off the cuff.
Yeah.
Drew
I
Barrymore
mean,
was doing
they're
her
funny
show.
guys. They can improvise.
Bill Maher is not a
We
funny man,
improvise
and we'll
every
get to
single
that.
episode. There's no script here.
Well, yeah, that's because we're funny, unlike Bill
Well, no,
Maher.
that's because we're not an official thing. We don't. It's not monetized. You know.
Yeah, we're not an LLC. We could be. Crapshoot.
Up until now, Raycon.
This is where we're announcing Dog Shoot.
Raid Shadow Legends is the new.
I can't wait. What's up, gamers? Before we get to that, here's a quick ad break.
Are you a gamer too? I am.
Me too. But yeah, Drew Barrymore was doing a live show and she had a big audience, and outside of her show was a strike going on. And
Yeah.
people at that strike were handing out because she films at a studio for a certain network and stuff. So she's there filming
Makes
and they're
sense.
recording the show, and they're outside every studio protesting.
Right.
And so they're handing out shirts and badges and stuff that say SAG-AFTRA on them for the actor strike and whatnot.
Hmm.
Some of these two guests were in badges that they were handed that said SAG-AFTRA on it. Just they were handed as they were literally walking into the studio, not that they were part of the protest or anything. And they go in, they're watching the show and everything, and they're enjoying it. They're liking it. Drew Barrymore, she's charismatic, I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
Are you saying that because she's a woman?
I've never
James?
watched it.
What? I did not take you to be the Destiny kind of type, but you're looking a lot like Sneeko to me right now.
Well, I've got some opinions on people that you're really gonna love.
You got opinions on women? What the dude? It's like every single word you said, you replace it, trying to make you look terrible.
But then there was a break in the show where people were allowed to get up and you can go use the bathroom and stuff.
Hmm.
And when that happened, some security guards walked up to these two guests and said, "You have to leave." And that's because they had on the SAG-AFTRA badges, and they weren't allowed on set because of that.
Makes
Because
sense.
of this, and because of Drew doing this and everything, she was labeled scabbing because she was helping the studios with like doing this sort of act and whatnot, and also continuing to broadcast through this.
Wait, so
big no-no.
she was scabbing?
Yeah, she was scabbing because she was continuing to broadcast in general.
I see.
Even without the writers and stuff, which was a big no-no. And then like having the security come and escort these guys out and stuff. She made a whole apology video, by the way.
Oh man, see, everything's fine then.
It's
She's
very funny
sorry
because
for
it
it.
was the
Was it
typical
the
apology video.
toxic?
Yeah, no, not that bad.
Okay.
Just sitting on a floor with messy hair, basically.
Right.
Going, guys, I'm so sorry.
Guys, I'm vulnerable right now. I just want to say,
I look more innocent to you than I really
I
am.
just want to say, I thought they were wearing the Nazi badges, and that's why I had the security escort them out.
Oh no. But Bill Maher is
Billy boy.
Billy Boy is a big righty, and he doesn't hide it.
Cool. I respect it.
Yeah, I know you do. Fucking centrist.
Hey, you could be whatever you want, man.
You can kill yourself.
It's not like I'm dating Bill Maher or something.
Sorry, that was mean. I shouldn't have said that.
Whoa, what did you say to me? Do you know this is recorded, right? This
I
is
do.
going public.
That's why I was like, I don't know if this joke will land if I
James,
say
dude.
it.
Your intrusive thoughts have been getting like more vocal every day after day, man. You're gonna need you might need to bottle it up a bit, tighten that corkscrew.
Really funny skit if I just said it. Suddenly I grab your fucking head.
It's like one of these days I'm gonna say something that like very slightly will take you off because you're like frustrated, right, about something. You're already on the edge, and then you'll on camera you like lean over and actually grab my neck, start trying to strangle me.
I'll Joji you. I'll like have a hand on his shoulder, and then I'll just jab you in the neck and run
Yeah, you
away.
have a hand on my shoulder. We're celebrating. There's, confetti in the air, and then you'd pull out your homemade toothbrush shank and just get me right in the jugular, and then run
That
off.
was my idea of the ending of the video where like every time I go, I'll kill you, it just cuts to me fantasizing about like violently killing you. The end of the video, I'm like,
Oh no,
I'm
so it's
really
like
sorry. And
it's
then I
like
just actually stab you in the neck.
it's like that boys Homelander scene where he kills like that group of people, but it's just his a hallucination.
But then when he
So
cuts
it's
back to
like
reality, he actually does it.
he cuts back to reality. There's just a pool of blood in front of him.
But Bill Maher, big righty, he's very against unions because he's a fucking dickhead. And he's like, America
Cool,
was built on my back, my back that has never done any hard work my entire life.
got him.
That sort of fucking shit where he's like, unions do not help us, studios help us. I love licking the shoe of studio people because his best friend is David Zaslav, owner of Warner Brothers.
I also don't know who
Uh,
that is, but it's the owner of Warner Brothers.
It's the owner of Warner Brothers, and they were at a basketball game beforehand. And
Cool.
Bill Maher was like, I'm going to do my show without a script. I can be funny. And he did a test audience. And the
Hmm.
test audience said, holy shit, that was terrible.
Wait,
He was,
so this test audience, are they like paid to do it, or are they just?
no, they're just like the crew. The
Oh,
test audience is literally the crew. And they're
oh,
like,
so
we'll
oh,
just let
okay.
Bill Maher riff. We'll judge. And they hated it.
Oh, okay, so they're like under his payroll or something, like part of the
Hmm.
show.
Yeah.
I see.
And so because of that, it got word came out immediately when the fucking test audience, the crew was like, this is shit.
It's terrible.
And so David Zaslav and him went to a basketball game. You can see footage of them like talking to each other, and then like literally the next day, David Zaslav was like, "We'll meet the demands. The writers can come back,
It's like they actually tried
please."
doing it without the writers, and they realized like, oh shit, we're fucked.
It's the best joke so far. Is that the only reason the writer strike ended is because Bill Maher was planning to do an unscripted show, which is
See, I
already
told you,
bad when
Bill
it
Maher's
is
a great
scripted.
dude. He knew this was gonna happen, so that's why he did it, so the writers' strike could end early, and they met their demands plus some.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
why he did it. There's no other
so Bill
reason.
Maher's actually a good dude. I don't know why you hate him so much.
And I think somebody just came into my house. Riff, and I'll be
Really?
right back.
Riff. I'm Bill Barr, and I'm at my late night show. I think he does a late night show, and man, the 2024 presidential debate thing, huh? It was something. I didn't watch it, but I like talking to people about it, even though I don't know anything about it.
I'm back.
Welcome back,
Yeah,
James.
I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah,
It was
I'm thinking
nothing.
I'm back.
So my last and final thing to talk about, JD.
Yeah.
Or actually, Payday 3. It's working again.
Oh yeah, it's very nice.
It's very
I
nice.
think
I'm
they
really
fixed. I
enjoying
think
it.
they
I've been
finally
playing
fixed
it.
the matchmaking services. There was.
Mhm.
I think he did say there was the reason why everything was so bad before. So apparently they had a third party manage like the matchmaking service. They had like a third party software managing the matchmaking, and they couldn't handle the amount of players that were doing it. So they just blamed it on the third party,
Nice.
which is I guess that is a way you could do it.
That's the
So
way
then
I do it.
they had like a server maintenance like a couple days ago where they tried going and trying to fix stuff, and so far it's worked fine. So hey,
Yeah, I've been
I'm
really
glad to
enjoying
actually
it.
be able to play the game.
I've been doing a lot of working on stealthing and whatnot. So
Yeah,
I've been putting in work, JD. I think you'll be
stealth's
impressed
hard,
with me
man.
next time we
It's pretty
play.
hard.
It ain't hard when you play on the easiest difficulty.
Well, that's the whole point of not stealthing, James, is that you could just do the easiest difficulty in loud, but you might as well stealth the hardest
Yeah, I
difficulty.
could. Or I could do the easiest difficulty on easy. Look at this goober.
Was that actually your last thing that you had, or
No, I wanted to talk about this random anime I've come across.
what is this anime?
So just to explain, I came across a clip of this like weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a clip from the first episode where there's just this vending machine sitting in a like a grassy knoll, and there's just
Yeah.
what the fuck is going. My dog is like making a lot of weird noises. Uh,
It's probably
Not like
dying.
concerning noise. No, he just like keeps like licking his lips, but I don't know why. It's like I don't know what's going on. But uh fuck. There's like a vending machine in this grassy knoll, and there's a voice coming from it, and there's a person who's trapped inside the spirit of this vending machine, essentially. And I watched the
They're
clip, and I'm like, this
reincarnated
looks
as a vending machine.
yeah. So that's
Is
also the
that
name
the
of the
one?
show. Yeah.
Oh my god, I nailed
Have
it.
you watched it?
No, I have no idea what that
Okay.
is. But
Uh,
I have read manga about reincarnate, like a bunch of different I reincarnated different things, and I'm like, this sounds like a reincarnation story.
it is. I was gonna get to it. I was gonna be like, and you won't believe what the clever name is. I've reincarnated as a as a vending machine.
My God,
They're always so clever.
Jesus Christ, James, I've become too much of a weeb. I already knew
Well,
what the
it's the thing
fucking
is,
whole thing was.
I watched The Devil is a Part-Timer, the second season up till the newest episode they've had for the English dub.
Yeah.
And I usually like watching that when I'm drawing and stuff, so I just like didn't continue watching. So I'm like, what else can I watch? And that was in there. I'm like, oh, I saw a clip, and that looked like an interesting and fun show. I've watched one of these reincarnation shows. I
Okay.
watched a lot of anime. I realized, so I just went.
Holy crap! Do you? I
Wow.
think you watch more anime than I do. I've
I
stopped
watched
watching it.
dude. I watched so little.
Really.
I like don't watch anime for such long periods, and then I'll like watch a show, and I'll be like, okay, and now to go back into hiding.
You're like I can't handle this cringe anymore. I gotta get out of here.
You literally finished watching High School of the Elite long before I did.
I did. Yeah. Well, I mean, I basically watched all of it when it came out. So.
I stopped watching it at one point, and I just never got back to it. You were always talking about it. I'm like, yeah, man, when that happened, huh? But I'm watching the show and I'm like, this is interesting. I'm watching it, I get to the part that I saw in the clip because it was like at the literal beginning of the show is where that clip comes from.
Hmm.
I'm like, this looks fun. This looks, very fun. It's very light. It's very, funny. It knows what it is. It's just fun. It's this
Yeah.
guy in a vending machine who's been killed in our world and he's been
Well, he's not
reincarnated
in the
into
vending
some.
machine. He is the vending machine.
He is the vending machine. And he can like go into his own brain to change the contents of the vending machine or what kind of vending machine he is.
Yeah,
Um,
it's classified under this like this fan dub genre of trash isekai, where because it's the market's been like saturated with a bunch of like I reincarnated as this thing or that thing. So like if you were like in the loop with all the manga, you read like this kind of thing over and over again, and it has all the same tropes as every single other one.
it
So,
does.
and then this thing comes out like I reincarnated as a vending machine. I'm like, Jesus Christ, not another one.
I just like how stupid it is.
Yeah,
It's
all of them have
like-
that in common is they make like no sense.
I've
Yeah.
never watched an isekai. I've never watched the reincarnation anime, so I'm like, you know what?
I'm so hilarious. It's hilarious that the first one you watch is this one.
I I was just so interested. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Because I saw the clip and I'm like, this looks fun. So I'm watching it, and I finished the first episode. It's very, like just kind of general. Just hey, I've made a friend, and I will always cherish the friendship we have. I just only wish I could communicate, and all he can say is like phrases through the
But
vending
yeah,
machine.
the power of friendship is usually a common theme between all of them too.
And the second episode's like, okay, we gotta go kill some frogs now.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, okay, I guess we gotta go kill some frog people.
I like how
to
even
go-
when you're reincarnated as something that's not meant to like fight stuff, they still go out and do fight
Yeah,
like mobs.
they're like, oh, but I don't want to bring Boxo, and they just keep calling him Boxo, and he's like, that's not my name, but he can't tell
like
them.
the generic one, I maybe like the first ever isekai that happened is usually the dude dies in our world, then he gets reincarnated in another world, but he's not a
As a
vending machine.
slime.
He's just a normal dude.
Oh,
and then-
yeah, I saw one of those as well, and I'm like,
Well, there's
I
a
was
ton
looking
of
through-
that already, where you just get reincarnated as yourself, basically, but also stronger.
Isn't
and then
that,
you go
is that
out,
one?
You
isn't
join
that
the
Isekai?
Adventurers Guild, and then you go out, you take commissions, you go out, kill a bunch of like low level mobs, level up, go out, kill higher level mobs, get money, get bitches, buy boats, stuff like that.
My shoes better, my guns better, I work better, I look better. But isn't
I
that,
am better.
is I am better. Isn't that genre technically isekai? Isn't
Yeah,
like
that is
when you're
isekai.
just reincarnated as yourself in another world? That's isekai.
No, it's
but if you're
isekai
reincarnated into something else,
is if you're reincarnated.
Okay.
as anything.
I thought they were like similar but two different. Where it's like reincarnated specifically is like when you turn into
Isekai,
something not
isekai
yourself.
is if the main character lived in our world and then they die
Right.
somehow and they get reincarnated into another world, and that's
You
isekai.
you want to know what stupid way the guy died in our world?
We get run over by a truck or something.
Kind close. So he's on a hill, he's on a moped, and he's driving behind this truck holding a vending machine. And
Yeah,
then the truck's taking a turn, but the ropes come loose and the vending machine goes flying.
it
And the
kills
character
him.
goes, he goes, I gotta save that vending machine. And then it's just him falling off the hill, holding onto the vending machine until he gets crushed.
That's another
and
trope.
dies.
That's another trope with isekais. Is the main character usually gets reincarnated by getting run over by a truck, and always a truck, by the way. It's never another car. It's always a truck.
Technically, a truck was involved.
There you go. That's probably why they put the truck in there. Because honestly, you could have just died through a vending machine without the truck ever being there. But
He's also a vending machine enthusiast, so he knows everything about every vending machine there is.
I don't know if you know this about vending machines, but vending machines in Japan are way cooler than they are here.
Oh, yeah, no, the show makes
know
that
that?
out very
Okay.
clear.
That's probably
they're
why
constantly
the
like,
vending
"We
machine
have such cool
enthusiast.
vending machines where I live.
Yeah,
I love vending machines.
Vending machine enthusiast makes more sense if you're Japanese than if you're out here. Because out here the vending machines are lame.
Fucking specific. But like the second episode, they're like, "Oh, we gotta fight," and Boxo's like, "I have a spirit. I can generate a special move," and he creates like this giant box barrier, and everyone's
I
like,
can shoot
"Whoa."
Fazgoo out of my out of my money receiver.
The fucking the they're constantly like, "Whoa, girl who carries around Boxo. How are you doing this? I thought you were a super strong one, and that was
There's
your
a girl that
specialty."
carries him around.
Yeah, she's classic anime character looking, big boob,
Yeah, big
small
boobs,
person
gym outfit.
in gym outfit. It's literally gym outfit with shoulder armor,
Yeah,
but only one.
one shoulder pad.
And she's super strong, but
Right,
has
that's
no
usually how it is,
muscles. But also, she sucks because she can't hit anything because she's so off balance. But when she puts Boxo on her
That's the
back, she's
that's the
perfectly
character
balanced.
flaw. You have to have a character flaw.
But JD, once she has Boxo on her back, she's perfectly balanced and can hit everything.
Oh, I see. She just needed some weight on her back.
She's
Whoa.
like, she has him in a fucking backpack sling, just carrying him around like he's nothing because she's super strong.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, how are you generating this field? I thought you were the strong one. And she's like, it's not me. It must be Boxo. And everyone's
Must
like,
be
but Boxo doesn't
Boxo.
have a spirit. How can he do it? And it's like, what do you mean? If only things with spirits can do it, then you must understand that this machine has a
I like that
spirit.
there is a concept that objects can have spirits in that world, but they just assume that Boxer doesn't have one.
Well, no, it's like they're like, well, we've tried putting spirits into objects, but that doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
So
It's
that
not
must not
possible.
be what this is, but it's like clearly that's what this is. But anyways, it's so the second episode it's that, and then the third episode it gets oddly sexual,
That's usually what happens. Yeah,
and it's like
you gotta
oh,
keep the
right.
you gotta get some fan service out there. You know.
It's out of nowhere how this happens, JD.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
So the mayor of their town is a bear, and he's called Mayor Bear. Clever,
Classic. Yeah.
classic, and he's like he's voiced by the All Might guy. So that was
He's
immediately
voiced by
like
All Might.
he's voiced by All Might. So he's like, "Oh, Boxo, hi, I need to have a private meeting with you and you only." And so the girl carries Boxo into the room and leaves, and then the mayor's like, "I'd now like to introduce my close advisor." And this woman walks in, she's like, "Hello, Boxo."
Oh, so they know that he's in there. Or...
Well,
They know that
they know
it's a dude?
They know it can communicate because he uses the phrases. He's like, "Hello there," and that's how he says yes. I'm
I
sorry,
see.
that's how he says no, and then he has other functions.
Oh, so
and
he
stuff.
can communicate, but they assume there's no soul in it.
Yeah, it depends. Like it depends character to character who it is.
Okay.
Like the certain people who are in the Fools Guild is their name of one of the groups.
Fool's Guild.
Yeah, the Fools Guild or
That's
whatever the
cool.
fucking dumb name is. They don't think there is one because they're like that's not how it works. But then the bear's like, hey, I believe things exist in everything, Boxo.
I know you're in there, you old man. You creepy old fart.
And he's like, Boxo, it's going to be mating season pretty soon. It's like I'm literally I was sitting here last night watching it. I was drawing and I stopped drawing and I'm just watching in silence, listening, just like what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Well, it's
And
gonna be
it goes
mating season
on.
soon. That's it. There's what else is there to talk about?
And they're like, Boxer, we know you can change the stock in you. Is there any way? And the guy in it, he's like, I know exactly what they need.
What did they need? He
And then he
pumps out what, like Advil
transforms.
or something? No, what was it called? Viagra. He pumps out
No, Jamie.
Viagra.
What happened? It's so gross. By the way, it's
Oh,
so
it's
weird and
gross.
unnecessary. Yeah.
Okay.
So he changes his form into a condom vending machine.
Ooh.
And he dispenses
Hey,
condoms.
protection is always important. Hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. He dispenses condoms. And the mayor's like, ooh, what are these?
Well, you see, you put it on your penis,
The
on your
lady,
bare penis.
the lady picks one up and she starts describing it. And every time they pick up something, they like describe it like, oh, so you must be able to do it this way. And she's like, oh, these flared edges where all the like fluff and everything is on the edges of these condoms where it's all like the spiky bits. That must be how you easily open it. They open it.
Yeah.
She starts playing with the condom. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Well, I mean, that's how isekai characters would react to
Yeah,
contraceptives. You know, modern
but
contraceptives.
it's so weird because she's like, oh wow, look at this. It must perfectly go on your. And then she says it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
On your penis? Does she
Yeah,
say
I'm like,
penis?
yeah, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? This is
Wow.
on Crunchyroll.
Damn.
I'm
You know,
like,
they used to censor that stuff. You know,
I know
but
that's
now
why
they just don't care. I guess.
I was like, they're so open about it. Like they are
You
so
don't like the
acknowledging.
openness. You think everyone should be repressed? I'm like, that's fine.
No,
Really,
but I think there
I
was
agree
like
with you actually.
there was like it's like listening to the Ghost Stories dub,
Ghost stories done.
where it's like it goes like if you listen to the original Japanese dub and you're reading that and then you meet like switch in the next episode to the Ghost Stories dub where everything's suddenly different and that's how it feels this time. But it's
Uh huh.
like in continuous. And then like later on he's like in the washroom
Yeah,
for the
because he's a
women.
vending machine.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh wow, thank you, Boxo." And he's like, "You know, I guess it's okay because I didn't move myself in here, and I can't be faced away from them unless they need me to
Does he
dispense
still
something."
feel anything if he's a vending
Yes,
machine or okay?
he's fully conscious. He fully feels it. It's so weird because he's like acknowledging. He's like, "Oh, it's not wrong because I didn't
Oh
do it."
my.
He's like, his eyes are like glancing because it cuts in every now and then to like him having eyes. They can't see it, but it's like for us.
It's like his representation of his soul or something.
Yeah, and they're
Okay.
like glancing around. And he's like, "Well, I didn't do this, but I guess it's okay then."
That's true.
And it's
He
and
didn't
it's
do it.
like so fucking weird. He's like, you know, I didn't mean to buy them those women panties. What?
I know you think it's weird, but that sounds pretty normal to me.
No, it's just it's the way he's like defending himself, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this?
He's trying to justify to himself to be able to
Yeah,
get into the women's restroom, you know?
he
That's
also
all.
says that he also makes that comment about the underwear in an episode that isn't this. He gets kidnapped, by the way, taken
Right.
to a place, and
He's
he's like
stolen
with
by
this.
like a thieves or something because he's a vending
Uh-huh.
machine.
Yeah, and they're like, this will get us high. This will get us high. Oblo or whatever the fucking dumb fantasy
Currency is?
currency is. Oolong.
Oolong?
I don't fucking know.
Some
Ubio.
oobleck.
It's oob something.
Okay.
But they take him to like this scientist, and she's like, "Whoa, what is this?" And then like Boxo is like, "Her frayed hair. Oh, she probably hasn't showered in days." So then he dispenses hot water bottles,
Cool.
and she takes a shower, and then he just randomly makes a comment. I didn't mean to buy the women's panties. And I'm like, this is even like occurred to the last episode where that would have made sense, I guess. Like, what the fuck are you talking
It doesn't
about?
have to make sense. It just has to be funny.
It's not. It's weird. It's they keep doing this, and it felt like it came out of nowhere.
Nah, there was setup for you just didn't pay attention because you were drawing. Too immersed in your drawing.
I was paying attention. I realized I had my headphones up too high as well when I was listening to this. Because like I had something else on before I put it on and stuff, so I like had my headphones at that volume. Forgot to turn it down. I'm listening. I'm like, there's no way I can't hear anything or see anything because it's like right in front of me.
Yeah.
It was just so fucking weird. It felt like it came out. I don't know. I don't know if
I
I'm gonna
think you take it
continue
too
watching it,
seriously,
honestly. It
James.
just
This
feels
is
so
literally
weird.
you're literally talking about a vending machine in a women's like washroom who is sentient, and then anyway.
A vending machine enthusiast.
I love how your first experience with this is with this anime. You know,
Yeah, I know.
It's good that
That's
you
why
have the more tamer ones. I think there are worse ones out there.
Yeah, one of the other ones I found, I was looking at the reviews for, and everyone's like, "Yeah, the animation's good. It's really weird that this adult man who was reincarnated as a child is being this way with other children." I'm like, I don't even want to fucking get into whatever that is.
There you go, James.
Is that where you ended the episode?
No, that's not where I end. I mean, I still have to do my outro. I mean, yeah, if you enjoyed, you should subscribe. And you can catch us the next time that this video drops, which is every Sunday, by the way. Every Sunday this thing drops.
Sunday,
and you won't be able to know when it comes out. You won't be notified unless you subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified for when the video drops. And if you like James, his stuff is in the description. You can find him on Twitch, streaming usually. Not talking, but streaming. And and I'll be here. So, James, bring us out.
So,